Walking and learning with Grandpa. One evening, Grandpa and Arush were taking a walk. Arush was always very happy to listen to Grandpa's interesting tales. He loved to spend time with Grandpa, unlike his friends who were always glued to their video games and mobile phones. As they reached a corner of the road, they came upon a crippled beggar. Arush pointed to the man and asked, "Grandpa, why is that beggar so ugly? I always feel like laughing when I see him." Grandpa replied, "Please, Arush, you should never point your fingers at others or laugh at them. It is very rude and insensitive to do that. Imagine yourself in his place. Would you like to be laughed at? Always be kind, especially to the weak and the unhappy." Arush realized his mistake and told Grandpa he would always remember his advice. The next day, they took a different route. As they walked, they met an old friend of Grandpa and the men began to talk. After 5 minutes, Arush got restless and began to nudge Grandpa to end the conversation. Grandpa and his friend continued to talk. After a few moments, Arush interrupted the conversation and said at the top of his voice, "Come on, Grandpa, let's keep walking." Grandpa's friend was annoyed. Grandpa explained to Arush that he should not interrupt when elders talked. Also, he should always say, "Excuse me," in case he wanted to say anything when 2 or more people were discussing something. Moreover, raising one's voice is a sign of disrespect. Arush was embarrassed. He immediately apologized to Grandpa and his friend. The 2 men resumed their conversation. 5 minutes later, the friend said goodbye to Grandpa and Arush. Another day, as Grandpa and Arush were walking, they came across an ice cream vendor and decided to have an ice cream each. After he had finished, Arush threw the empty can to the ground. Grandpa picked it up and told Arush, "See, my dear child, we must always dispose waste only in dustbins. We should never litter the surroundings." When they saw a dustbin, Grandpa told Arush to put the cups in it. Arush was happy to have done such a good deed and thanked Grandpa. They hugged each other and made their way home, discussing Arush's favorite sport, cricket.